My neighbor asked me if I would be willing to come over to his place and help him clip the wings of his chickens because they keep flying over the fence and getting into his broccoli specifically, but into his garden. So I was happy to do that. And while I was there, he took me on a tour of a home that is on his property that was built by his grandfather. And it is made of stone. You can see the picture of it here. As we walked throughout the house, there was pride in his voice as he shared how his grandfather and grandmother raised 10 children in this house. Here you see one of the wooden windows. Of course, the glass is broken out. This was down in the basement room where a couple of the boys slept of the 10 kids. But he just had pride in his voice as he shared memories of being in this place that he loves so dearly and is so precious to his heart. This door was the entrance to the root cellar underneath the living room floor of the house. He shared stories with me of his grandmother canning meat and different things and storing it under here. And also, they would get turnips and potatoes and put them in there and preserve them. And they were literally sitting right underneath the floor of their house in the dirt and on a few little shelves. And that's where they had storage for food after harvest time. Now, this picture is where in the living space, the living room, the roof rafter and the ceiling joist went into the wall above where the wall was built, and the rafter itself actually went outside where it was exposed to the elements and became a decorative element to the simplicity and beauty of the house on the exterior. But they used mortar to lock these together and to hold up the roof of the living space. So it had a really tall ceiling for a house of its day. Now, this picture is where the adventure really began. This is where I had to climb over some things. There was a trap door at the bottom of these stairs that was broken. So I had to be careful not to fall through. And these are the stairs that went up to the upstairs 2 bedrooms. When I reached the top of the stairs, I saw this. Oh, how my carpenter heart swelled at the sight. The ceiling was clad with shiplap type, tongue and groove, rough hewn, rough sawn wood. That, to me, was a thing of beauty. This is the first room that's upstairs. The floor was not rotted out or anything because the roof was still intact. Now this is the second room that was upstairs. And again, this one had the roof, the ceiling clad with that same wood, and it was just stunning. The walls, of course, had the wood as well. That, again, made my carpenter heart thrill. But the biggest, most beautiful, most wonderful piece in the whole house was still to come, and it was in those same rooms. And here it is, the piece that lit my heart on fire. This recessed shelf built into the wall was something that just spoke a little bit more to me. It's almost as if it was luxury in the midst of simplicity. In a house that was primarily built for the utilitarian purposes of having a family, this seemed to speak of a great sense of the need for something that had beauty. This is beauty. My hope in sharing this with you is that you would realize that all around us in this world is wonder. There are little things to be noticed, little things to enjoy, and little things that will bring a smile to your face if you'll just keep your eyes open and your sense of wonder and adventure alive. This day, looking at this house, was one of those days for me, and I wanted to share it with you.